Okay, so we're going to give this another go. Third time lucky at recording this for you for this session. So today's yoga is going to be all about deep stretching and using your breath with your stretches to be able to get that little bit further and just relax into it more. So today we're going to start by lying on our backs. So get nice and comfortable. If you've got a mat, great, or on your carpet at home, or hopefully a softer floor than a hard floor. Get nice and comfortable. I want you to hug your knees into your chest. So hold your knees in, relax your head back down on the floor, and we're just going to begin by rolling from side to side. And we're just going to be massaging out the lower back here before we start any stretches. So just from side to side. And whilst you're doing this, just get used to taking some deep breaths in. Try to use just your nose rather than breathing through the mouth. So big inhale in through the nose and out through the nose. So what we're trying to do is to deepen our inhale and lengthen our exhale, because we can use that as a tool later on to actually breathe through the exercises and the stretches. And if you focus your mind just on your breath, you can't actually think about anything else. Well, that's the theory anyway. Okay, so you could actually flex and point the toes, just get some movement in here. You can even do little circles, or maybe a few circles here as well with the knees, one way. And then back the other way. Keep breathing. Try to slow your breathing right down as much as possible. As I say, deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Okay, so from here, keep hold of your right knee and hug that in, and then slowly let the left leg go right down to the floor, and then we're going to flex our toes. So bring your toes up to the ceiling, up to the sky, and just practice that deep breathing whilst you're holding these stretches. It's quite a straightforward one here, but it's just getting used to breathing whilst stretching rather than holding your breath or trying to think about all sorts of things. Try and calm that monkey mind and just focus on your breathing. Nice. And from here, what we're going to do is to just slightly open out that right hip crease here. So rather than bring it up to your chest, we're going to bring it up to your shoulder. So we can do a bit of both. So bring it up to your chest, and as you exhale, bring it up to your shoulder. It's only a small movement. Just do a few of these here, just to open up that right hip. Nice. Keep breathing, keep moving. Let's check if I'm doing this right. Keep your heads on the floor. Okay. So now that we've done a few of those, we're going to bring our right hand and bring it, if you can, to the outside of your right sole of your foot. So we're going to do what's called half happy baby pose. So all we want with the aim of this stretch is to actually bring your knee down to the floor. So if you can't reach your foot because your leg's not bending or you've got particularly long legs, just hold your leg where you can. It might be the ankle, it might be the calf muscle. So just wherever's comfortable for you. It's all about, we're trying to get this stretch down to the floor. It's just, you can actually get some really good momentum, if you like, I suppose, because you've got your straight arm hanging on to the sole of your foot. So try and keep a nice right angle with the leg here and aim to get your knee to the floor eventually. I don't even know if that's possible. So we're just going to hold it here. Some nice music coming from one of the boats here. Keep breathing, so deep breath in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. So by keeping our feet flexed, the other foot flexed as well, it's actually activating this leg. So it's a stretch on that leg as well. Fantastic. Again, it's just about breathing whilst stretching. It might seem a little boring holding these for as long as we do, but it's all good. Okay. From here, we're just going to release the right foot, bend the other foot, leg, and put your foot onto the left thigh, and bring those legs towards you. So you can actually just hold the knee here and the ankle or the foot and just gently bring that towards you. That might be enough of a stretch for you. If it's not, you can actually reach through the legs. So you might need to pick up your head here and then relax back down. So you're actually holding your left thigh, behind the left thigh, and gently bring that towards you. Remember to keep breathing nice and slow and deep. Nice. You can actually sort of bring that leg slightly more towards you if you want an even bigger stretch. But this should be enough. You should be feeling it on the outer right thigh glute here. So obviously the closer you bring it, the deeper the stretch. But just keep using the breath. Try to relax the shoulders, relax the face. Try not to scrunch anything up or hold any tension. Nice. Okay. So when you're ready, slowly release that leg down. Bring both feet to the floor, and you should just feel the effect. You probably feel that one's slightly longer than the other. So from here, we're just going to put our arms out to the side at shoulder width, shoulder height, sorry, and then we're just going to bring our knees to the right. Make sure your feet are about shoulder width apart. Deep breath here. You can actually bring your head to the other side, so look over your left shoulder. Hold it here for a few breaths. And then breathe in, bring it up to center, and then as you exhale, bring your knees over to the left and head to the right. And just relax there. Try and sort of melt into the floor. Keep breathing. Big inhale in. Out through the nose, relax. One more breath here. Great. Okay, so bring your knees up to center, and then we are going to bring our left leg in. So hang on to the shin. Bring that into the chest. Straighten out the right leg. Both feet up to the sky, up to the ceiling. I'm just going to start again by just breathing. Big deep breath in. And lengthen your exhale, breathe out. You can actually count if it helps. You can actually try and lengthen it by maybe try a count of 4. And then go for maybe a 5 or 6 on the way out. Just got to do what works for you, just to take your mind off anything else. It's all about focusing the mind. So now that we've brought that into the chest, we're going to bring the knee to the shoulder again. So just release it slightly and then pull it more towards the left shoulder. And then back to chest. Exhale to the shoulder. Back to the chest. And to the shoulder. So it's just movement with breath. If you get used to that, it makes yoga so much easier. We could do one more here. Okay, and then slightly bring the right leg in again. We're going to reach down, try and reach the sole of the foot on the outside if you can. Again, if it doesn't make it and you're only here, that's fine. You're just pulling the leg down. If you can, it's a lot easier to hold the sole of the foot. And then you can aim to get that right angle here, aim to get that knee to the floor. I'm just going to straighten this leg because I like a nice deep stretch. If that's too much, you can keep your knee here. And breathe. You can even close your eyes, relax the right shoulder down. Just keep breathing in through the nose and out again through the nose. Just take this time for you today. It's really important to have that time just to focus on you. Keep breathing. Okay. From here, just bring that foot, right foot up slightly, and then we're going to rest the outer left foot on the right thigh. Bring the knee out to the side, and then we're going to do the stretch again. So you can just hold the foot and the knee and gently bring it towards you here. That might be enough for you. Or slightly bigger stretch, reach through the leg, hold the back of the right thigh, relax the head down, relax the shoulders down, and breathe. Choose to close the eyes, relax the face, relax the shoulders. You can even bring your chin slightly towards your chest, it just lengthens out the back of the neck. Nice. Just think about trying to expand the chest and the lungs as you breathe in. And as you exhale, sort of bring the tummy button towards the spine. So it's all about expansion and contraction with the breath. Okay, we're going to slowly relax that down, release the leg, both feet to the floor, arms out shoulder height, and then this time we're going to use our breath with the knees. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring it to the right. Breathe in, center, breathe out, left. Breathe in, center, breathe out to the right. Breathe in, center, and as you exhale to the left. Fantastic. Back up to center. And we're just going to make our way up to seated. So you can either rock up or you can push yourself to the side. I'm just going to rock up, so get some momentum. Up we come. And then we're just going to do a few of our cat-cows because that's good for the spine, get some movement in there. So come onto all fours. You want your hands under your shoulders and hips in line with the knees. So neutral back to start with. And we're just going to use our breath. Again, breath with movement, okay? So take a deep breath in. You want to drop the belly down. Head comes up, heart comes forward. And as you exhale, you want to drop your head down and arch your back. Cat-cow. A few of these here with your own breath. Nice and slow, don't rush it, take your time. One more here. Breathe in. Belly comes down, heart comes up. And breathe out, arch the back. Up nice and tall. Lovely. Come back to neutral. And then we're just going to sit down cross-legged on the floor. If you want to use a cushion underneath your hips, you can do so, or a block. If you have a block, I'm going to go without today so I can get a slightly deeper stretch, or a rolled up towel, whatever you've got to hand. So we're just going to start here by just closing the eyes and just relax a moment. Make sure you're not hunching the shoulders up, just relax them down and be as floppy as you can. A couple of breaths here. And then we're just going to attempt to get our left elbow to the floor. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, just come to the side as low as you can with your body. It's fantastic if you can get down there. If you can't and you're only on your hand and you're leaning, that's fine too. It's all great stretches as long as you're feeling it on the opposite side of your body. So for now, those of you who've got the elbows down, just stay there for a second. And everyone else who's maybe up on their hands, take another deep breath in and try and get a little bit lower. Do your best here to try and keep the opposite glute on the floor. If you're not feeling it on the floor, you can use your other hand and just get into the crease there and just press it towards the floor. So we're getting a nice stretch to begin with. Okay, so from here, we're going to take a deep breath in, bring the arm up and over. I'm just going to hold it here for a while. You can actually sort of come underneath the arm a little bit. Sorry, I got a bit cramped. Okay, you can either sort of look underneath the arm and look up. Just make sure you're feeling it along this side of the body and breathe. Sometimes it takes a lot just to hold a pose and breathe. Sounds so simple, but in yoga, it's not, because your mind can wander, and that's fine too. Just need to recognize it and then let those thoughts go. Okay, from here, we're just going to do a simple arm movement. So we're just going to breathe in. As we exhale, just going to bring the hand forward, just to here, and then in again to the side. So we're just bringing a bit of movement in now. Nice. As you come up, you can actually just, as I say, look under the arm. Just get a slightly bigger stretch there. Keep breathing, keep moving. One more. Nice. And slowly come up. Just rest your hands on your knees, close the eyes, and just feel the energy that you've moved around. Probably a bit tingly. Okay, so we're going to go to the other side now. So nice big deep inhale. As we exhale, move to the side and aim to get that forearm, right forearm, onto the floor. All the time keeping the left glute on the floor. Again, if you're just here and you're finding that's a big enough stretch for you, that's fantastic. And stay there. You can push down on that side of the thigh if you need to. Just need to use our breath just to relax into this position here. Nice. Lengthening our exhale. Okay, and when you're ready, You can take a breath in, and as you do so, raise the left arm up and over. And then just play a little bit in terms of how far you look under that arm until you're getting a good stretch on the left hand side of your body here. And breathe. Let's try and relax into it as much as you can. Nice. And then from here, another deep breath in. As you exhale, just bring that arm forward. And then inhale to bring it back to the side. Look under the arm and breathe out. Breathe in to the side, look up and breathe out. Again. One more here and breathe out. Slowly come up, head up comes up last. And just close the eyes and just sit for a moment. You can actually feel all the energy moving around. You should feel nice and stretched both sides now. Okay, so we're just going to go into child's pose. We're going to do a wide knee child's pose. So bring your toes together, your big toes together, knees wide apart, and kind of push yourself back onto your heels. As you do so, I'd like you to just reach your hands forwards. So you're pushing back with your bottom onto your heels, but you're also stretching forwards. And you can just bring your forehead to the floor, or you can put your chin up and you can look forwards. We're just going to have a couple of breaths here to begin with. And just to make a slightly deeper stretch, we're just going to make our hands into sort of teepees, little tents you might remember from before. You're just going to get a bigger, deeper stretch along here, the side of the arms. So rather than relaxing your arms down, you're actually going to have that big stretch because of your fingertips. Again, keep breathing. Big, deep inhale through the nose. Lengthen the exhale. And then just slowly walk your fingertips, keep the tent fingers, and just walk over to the left, just the top half of your body. You can relax your left arm down, but just stretch with the right fingertips and you get an even bigger stretch here. Keep trying to push back onto your heels as well. Keep breathing. Okay, and then we're going to bring it back past center, over to the other side. So keep the tented fingers. You can relax this hand, the right arm down. And then you should just feel that stretch on the left-hand side of the body as you breathe. Nice. Okay, bring the head up slowly, walk it back to center, push yourself back up. Sorry, I've got an itch, I think I'm getting bitten. Sun's going down. Okay, from here we're going to go into our first downward facing dog. So spread your fingers wide, take up the whole of the mat. Make sure your palms are really deep into the floor. Tuck your toes under and then slowly raise your hips to the sky, to the ceiling. And again, you're aiming to get your heels down onto the floor. You want that nice stretch on your spine. And then just let your head keep your head in line with your spine. You can drop it down, that's better for you, but the aim is you're trying to get your armpits to the floor with that nice inverted V. If you're not quite there yet, you can still do the alternate legs, or walk the dog as we call it. It just helps to get one down at a time. Remember, keep breathing, don't stop breathing, don't hold your breath. Nice. And then just bring it down to the center again. A couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, I'd like you to raise your right leg to the sky or to the ceiling. Bend your knee and then take a big step up towards your hands here. You can actually lower the left knee down at this point, and you can untuck the toe. Bring both hands on the inside of your right foot, and we're going into lizard pose. So try and bring your chest and your heart forward and your head up towards the sky. And if that's a big enough stretch for you, fantastic. Then just hold it here and breathe. Just concentrate on your breathing and relax as much as you can into the stretch. Don't tense. Breathing and stretching here. For those of you who would like a slightly deeper stretch, what we're going to do is we're going to plant the left palm into the floor, kind of look back a little bit, raise the right arm to the sky, lean back, and on your exhale you're going to bring your arm down and attempt to get your elbow to the floor. So your forearms are on the floor. If you can, that's an even deeper stretch, and that will really open up those hips. And then kind of don't just collapse down into it. Try and keep your head in line. Look forwards. Spread your fingers so stay active and breathe. It's tempting just to come out of this. I know it's hard, but do your best to stay there. Use your breath. Use it as a tool to relax into it. Nice. Nearly there. One more breath. Okay, slowly walk you up, back onto your hands and bring the hips back slightly. And from here, what I'd like you to do is to look over your left shoulder to your left toe. See if you actually might be able to grab them. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend the leg. Look, if you can, grab your left foot without falling over. And then from here, you can either just lean on the front foot or you can keep your hands down and then just have a little stretch here. Sort of lean backwards and open up the chest. Nice. Okay, slowly release so you don't get cramp. And then we're just going to step back into downward facing dog from here, just have a little stretch. So deep breath in, step back. And again, if you want to just walk those legs out, you can. Keep breathing. Nice. Hold it still if you want to. Try and get those heels down. On your next inhale, you can raise your left foot to the sky. Bend your leg big, step up to your hands. If it didn't quite make it and it only came to here, you can use your hand and just help it up. Right knee goes to the floor, right foot to the floor. And then hands on the inside of the left foot. Now try, you can actually move, I didn't say that, you can actually move your toes, sort of point it to the corner of your mat. So it just opens up the hips a little more. Again, this might be enough for you. If it is, you can just stay here and bring the chest forward and up, chin up, and breathe. If you want to take it a little deeper, and you're ready for that today, then plant your right palm onto the floor. Big deep breath in, bring the left arm up to side. Lean back, and as you exhale, you're going to attempt to bring the elbow to the floor. If you can't, then that's fine. You can still stay here and breathe. If you can, then bring your forearm down, right arm to join it, and then press the heart forwards and breathe. Remember to stay active here, no flopping down. Try to relax the face, relax the shoulders and breathe. Close your eyes if that helps. Nice. One more breath here, I promise. And then slowly up onto your hands again if you're not there already. Bring the hips back slightly. You can even bring that foot slightly in. Look over your right shoulder to your right toes. And then if you can bend your leg up, look round, grab your right foot if that's available today, and you can pull that in towards you and open up the chest. If you want to bring that hand up to your knee, you can do, or keep it where it is. Just stretch that thigh a little. Breathe. Nice. Slowly release to the floor. We're going to step back into downward facing dog again. So when you're ready on your next breath, tuck your toe under. Back we go. Again, you can bring in some movement here if you want to, one at a time. Okay. Then both heels as close to the floor as you can. Hold it here. And then from here, we're just going to bring it into plank because we haven't done any of those yet. So come up onto tiptoes. Sort of wavelength through the spine, down into plank. Look forward. Bring your weight forward and down slowly, under control to the floor. Release the shoulders, roll them back, come up into cobra. Hold. Again, it might be just here. If that's you, that's fantastic. And then back into downward facing dog. A few breaths here. And then come to all fours, knees down to the floor. So we're going to do another child's pose. We're going to keep our feet and our knees together this time. So just push back to your heels. We're going to put our forehead on the floor. We're going to bring our arms to the side and we're just going to relax here. And breathe. Okay, slowly coming up. Vertebrae over vertebrae. Head comes up last. Just sit for a moment and let all the blood rush back down. Nice. Okay, so from here we are going into probably one of your favourite poses. It's frog pose. So come towards if you've got a long edge of your mat, you want to just have your legs, we're going to go with the knees wide option. So we're just going to actually split our knees apart as far as you can. Just keep going, keep wriggling as far as you can. So whatever your ability is, and then with your feet, you're going to bring those out either in line or further away, whichever again feels good for you. You'll know your own body and your own stretch. Now you're probably getting a really good stretch here already, which is fantastic. If that's the case, stay here and just take some of the weight on your hands. It's all about opening up those hips. Okay, hence the reason you look a bit like a frog. It looks like frog's legs. So activate your feet by flexing them, and then if you want to, and only if you want to, attempt to come down to your forearms, and you will feel a really good deep stretch here. And we're just going to hold it. And I'm sorry that I've got to do this to you, but you have to hold it. It's one of those ones you think, I can't do this, I need to come out, but you don't. Just breathe through it. So deep breath in and out. In. Out. If you want to, again, you can come even lower. If you feel like you're relaxing into it, you can bring the forearms down, even place the head on the floor if that suits you. We're just going to hold for as long as we can here. Just focus your mind through your breath. Doing great, fantastic. A couple more breaths here. Last one. Brilliant. Okay, and this is the tricky part. You need to press up off your hands or come back, and then you have to kind of shuffle your knees back in, use your core strength, and then just sit back here for a little while. Okay, you would have felt that one for sure for a pose. It's one of those ones you've got to do. It's not great, but you've got to do it. Okay, so last stretch we're going to do here is, I'll come this way so you can see again. So come back onto all fours again. And then just bring your right knee into the center, more to the center and forwards a bit of your body, and bring your left back and over it so that your legs are crossed. And from here, I just want you to push back carefully and gently and slowly, wriggle, wriggle, and you're going to sit back onto the floor so that you've kind of got both legs crossed, and these are a bit like handlebars. I don't know what this pose is called, but we're just going to hang on to our feet and try and sit as tall as you can and just breathe. I think it's called cow legs or something like that, something similar. You might be on just one glute here, and that's fine. It's very difficult to get both cheeks down as well as cross legs and feet out to the side. We've gone from an open leg pose to a closed one. More breaths here. Nice, okay, and then release the hands, and then you have to kind of push yourself from behind to come forward. So going back the same way. So you sort of walk yourself forward, unravel the legs, and sort of sit back on the heels if you need to for a few seconds. And we're going to go to the other side. So back to all fours. Left knee comes slightly forward and into the middle of the body. Right leg comes back and over it, and then you slowly, you kind of shuffle and then push yourself back to seated. It's just an easier way to get into it. I'll hold here. So, and then hold your feet Can't see my other foot. Hold your feet like handlebars. Sit as tall as you can. Relax the shoulders, relax the face, and breathe. Sun's definitely gone down here now. Water's looking very still. Nice. One more breath here. Release the hands. Push from behind to come forwards. And then kind of walk forwards, unravel the legs. Okay, come to face me. And then we're just going to finish, I think, with a forward bend. So we're going to do a wide leg forward bend. I've done that for a little while. So come onto your bottom. If you want to use your block at this point, you can, to pop that under your hips. I'm going to go without. And then just bring your legs as wide as you can for your body. Just make sure when you do this that you've got your feet and your legs pointing upwards. So you don't want them rolling in like this. That means that your legs are too far apart. So keep your feet and toes pointing towards the ceiling or the sky. Keep everything nice and active, and then we're going to take a deep breath in. And on our exhale, keep the feet pointed up. We're just going to gently walk our fingertips forward. And again, you're going to get that big stretch in the hips. Now this might be enough for you here. If it is, just breathe, and on your exhale, just try and get a little lower and hold it there. For everyone else, take a big deep breath in and come as far as is comfortable without letting those feet roll in. So keep that upwards to the ceiling and breathe. Good. Keep breathing. One more breath here. And slowly walk your hands back to seated, and then you can actually use your hands to put the legs together because you might need it at that stage. And I think that is it. So why don't we make our way down to Shavasana just for the last couple of minutes. So we're just going to roll ourselves down onto the floor. Just let everything go. So you can have your legs just out flat and let the feet just fall apart naturally, or you can have your feet up and then let your knees fall in together, whichever is more comfortable. You just want to be totally relaxed. You might have to just shuffle your shoulder blades, palms upwards, and we're just going to take a few deep breaths, and this time we can actually exhale through our mouth. I'd like you to let out a big sigh, biggest one you've done so far. So in through the nose and out with a sigh. Again. The last one, deep breath in and let it go with a sigh. And just breathe normally. Let your breath settle back to normal. Eyes closed. If you feel any tension at all, just let it go. Deepening your breath. Wriggle the fingers and toes. Gently roll over to one side. Stay there for a couple of seconds. And then slowly push yourself up to seated. Keep your eyes closed. Hands in front of the heart. And slowly flickering the eyes open. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today on the mat. I hope you enjoyed your deep stretching session, and I will catch you again on the next video. Namaste.